The incident spread through the Galactic Coalition faster than any official communique. One human child, a predator's hatchling, and a sound that shook the foundations of centuries-old fear of Vraxian purr. Within hours, every council chamber, every broadcast network, every diplomatic channel buzzed with a single, impossible question. Why do even the predators trust the humans? Ambassador Krella found herself summoned before the Coalition Council. 12 species, 12 worlds, each represented by faces that range from feathered to scaled, mechanical to amorphous. The chamber shimmered with tension. Ambassador Krella intoned the council chair, a luminescent being of pure plasma. We have reviewed the reports. Is it true that the Vraxian matriarch purred in the presence of a human child? Krella took a steady breath. It is true. The chamber erupted into murmurs, disbelief, confusion, and something else, fascination. She didn't attack. She thanked the child. She offered protection. Finally, a reptilian delegate hissed, "Explain this sorcery." Krella's gaze swept the council. It isn't sorcery. It's biology, and something more. She recounted Sarah's explanation, the human instinct to nature, their chemical empathy, their ancient history of bonding with predators. And then, softly, she added, their compassion doesn't end with survival. It evolves into connection. Silence fell. Then one of the elder delegates spoke, a being older than most star systems. Are you suggesting, Ambassador, that humanity's power lies not in its weapons, but its affection? Krella's voice steadied. Yes, their empathy is contagious. It spreads across species, across conflict lines. When they care for another's young, they plant something in the heart, trust, and that trust grows roots deeper than fear. She paused, then delivered a line that would later echo through galactic history. It's hard to bomb a planet when they are babysitting your children. The council chamber went quiet. A strange sound, laughter, rippled through the human delegation. But no one disagreed. The data was undeniable. 37 species had already entrusted their offspring to human caretakers. 3 of those species were still at war with each other, and yet humans moved freely between them, unharmed, unarmed, carrying toys and bedtime stories instead of plasma rifles. The coalition chair's glow pulsed thoughtfully. Perhaps we have underestimated the species, it said. Perhaps peace does not come from treaties or weapons, but from those who teach others how to hold something fragile and not break it. Krella smiled faintly. Exactly. Later that evening, she found Dr. Sarah Morrison standing by the observation window again, watching Emma play with a shy child who glowed in rhythmic pulses. You're kind, Krella said softly, weaponized kindness. Sarah laughed quietly. We prefer to call it sharing. Krella nodded. Whatever it is, it works. And somewhere, in the soft hum of the nursery, another predator's hatchling fell asleep to the sound of a human lullaby. While the galaxy began to rethink everything it knew about power, night fell softly over the Coalition facility. Through the panoramic viewport, distant stars shimmered, quiet witnesses to something miraculous unfolding on a small blue world called Earth. Inside, the nursery lights dimmed to a warm amber glow. Dozens of alien younglings, scaled, furred, feathered, and strange, slept peacefully in human arms. The air was thick with a faint hum of monitors, the soft rustle of breathing, and the occasional whisper of an oath lullaby. Ambassador Krella stood there, silent, watching. She'd seen treaties signed in blood. She'd seen alliances built on lies. But never had she seen something as disarming as this, a galaxy's predators trusting the weakest species of all to protect their future. Behind her, Sarah Morrison was typing up a final report to the Galactic Council. The document would go down in history, though neither of them knew it yet. You're really expanding this program? Krella asked softly. Sarah nodded. Every major species has sent applications, even the ones who still think they hate us. She smiled faintly. Funny how they stop hating when they see their kids come home happy. Krella's eyes reflected the glow of sleeping hatchlings. It changes them, she said. Changes you. Sarah leaned back in her chair. That's the thing about care, Ambassador. It doesn't stop at one generation. Once you learn to see someone's child as your own, you start seeing everyone that way. Krella's scales shifted. shimmering softly. Perhaps that's your species' real weapon. Sarah looked up, her tone warm but serious. Weapon? No, we're just good at surviving. Love happens to be the best survival strategy we've found. The ambassador smiled, the first genuine, unguarded smile she'd shown in years. Then may your kind never forget how to use it. Outside the glass, Emma Chen stirred in her sleep, her small hand resting protectively on a plush toy shaped like her Vraxian friend. Tomorrow, she would host a tea party with 3 alien guests, Acrylic struggling with math homework, a Shaw child who wanted to learn O songs, and a Zenthri princeling who just liked being read to. Krella found herself writing one final note in her report, something that wasn't part of any diplomatic briefing, but would echo for centuries among scholars and soldiers alike. Humanity's greatest strength is not their capacity for destruction, but their capacity for affection. They look at the galaxy's deadliest predators and see children who need protecting. And somehow, impossibly, they make those predators agree. She paused, then added one last line. We should all be grateful they're on our side. As she closed the report, Krella looked once more through the glass. A human child, surrounded by creatures that once defined terror, giggled in her sleep. And somewhere, deep in the hearts of countless worlds, the first fragile seeds of peace began to grow, watered not by fear or dominance, but by something infinitely more enduring. Love, the hive no longer sang. For the first time in Zalari history, the chorus of light and sound that bound trillions of minds together fell silent. The Queen's resonance, once the pulse of a unity, had turned chaotic. Every signal she sent carried traces of something foreign, something human. The hive called it corruption. The Queen called it evolution. The council surrounded her throne chamber, demanding the human's death. Aaron was dragged in, wrists bound by luminescent tendrils. The air shimmered with tension. Even the walls seemed to tremble under her rage. Virilexe's form flickered, her glow unstable. She looked weaker, but her eyes blazed with divine fury. Release him, she commanded. The council leader hissed. He desecrated the code of creation. You are tainted, my queen. Aaron lifted his head, blooded but calm. Tainted? Or maybe. I reminded her what it means to feel alive. The room erupted in a chorus of hostile resonance, sharp enough to make human bones vibrate. But the queen raised her hand, silencing them all. You speak of desecration, she said coldly, yet you fear what you cannot understand. I carry proof that life is not limited by code or species. I carry a child that may bridge our worlds, or end them. Gasps rippled through the chamber. The priest recoiled. The warriors stepped back. None dared to move. Aaron felt the air grow heavy with energy. He could see the light within her faltering, the hybrid's unstable growth threatening to consume her. He stepped forward despite the guards. If we don't stabilize the resonance between your energy and the child's, you'll both die. She smiled faintly. Then help me live, human. They escaped under the cover of chaos, her power cloaking their movements through corridors alive with rebellion. Every Zalari who defied the Queen's decree was cut down by loyalists. The station became a battlefield of light and shadow. In the med lab, Erin worked frantically, connecting alien instruments and human devices. Her body pulsed with waves of radiance, alternating between brilliance and collapse. You're burning yourself out, he whispered. I'm holding creation itself, she replied, her voice barely a whisper. It's magnificent and terrifying. He gripped her hand. You're not alone. You never were. But the Hive fleet arrived sooner than expected. Thousands of warships emerged from the void surrounding the station, their weapons locked onto the Queen's life signature. Aaron looked at her, horror dawning. They are going to destroy you to stop the mutation. Virelzar turned her gaze toward the approaching armada. Then they will destroy their own mother. Her body rose, radiant and vast. The walls began to melt from her energy output. She reached into Aaron's mind with one final thought. If I fall, protect our child. It carries the truth of both worlds. He shouted, Virel, don't! But she was already gone, ascending in a blinding surge of white fire. Outside, space itself seemed to ripple. The Queen unleashed a final resonance, a wave of energy that fractured reality. The entire Hive fleet froze mid-flight. their systems overloaded. And then silence. When the light faded, only fragments of the station remained. Aaron drifted amid the wreckage, half-conscious, clutching a glowing capsule in his arms. Inside it pulsed a tiny orb of light, alive, breathing, and crying the hybrid. Years later, in the Human Colony archives, a classified file appeared under the code name Project Legacy. It contained one recording, a male voice, weary but steady. "This is Dr. Aaron Miles, last survivor of the Zellarian counter. The Queen is gone, but her child, our child, survived. It grows differently, smarter, kinder. Maybe it's what humanity always needed to become." A faint laugh followed. "If anyone ever hears this, remember her name. Virelzar, the alien who taught a human what love really costs." The transmission ended with the sound of a heartbeat. Not human, not alien, something new. And that was, "You impregnated me, human. The alien queen got angry and stopped me from leaving." A tale of forbidden love, cosmic consequences, and the one thing that even the universe couldn't control, connection. So, what do you think, traveler? Was the Queen's fury justified, or did love simply rewrite the laws of existence? Drop your thoughts in the comment below, because stories like this aren't just fiction, they are questions about what it means to be human. If this story left you speechless, hit like, subscribe, and share with someone who still believes love can change galaxies. Until next time, keep your eyes on the stars, because sometimes the stars are watching back.